6 to win, 4 for a super over.
G'day and welcome to the GameDay Squad Aus Cricket Fantasy Show. I'm Stu, that's Dill, and that's Haz. We are the Fantasy Bros, and we've partnered with GameDay Squad to bring you all you need to know to succeed in the Aus Cricket season this year. Dill, what can our viewers expect from us this season?
Yeah, g'day boys. We are well underway now, aren't we? Not long now, and we will be into the Big Bash season. Look, we're one team preview down. If you haven't already checked it out, make sure you jump back after this episode and check out the Adelaide Strikers preview. But we've got plenty to come, not to mention the Ashes isn't too far away as well. Look, we're going to continue previewing all 8 teams by letting you know their ins and outs, likely 11 plus must-have players, young gun and MVP candidates. And I believe, as always, there's going to be a pretty exciting pack opening competition where the viewers and listeners can win some special prizes. Like always, it wouldn't be a Fantasy Bros show without some giveaways. Don't forget as well to like and subscribe across all of our socials to keep up to date. You just need to search at Fantasy Bros AU on your favorite socials to get started. Not to mention as well, we have that promo code there, SUMMER, to get you the 3x3 player common packs for new users. So jump across now, download the app, go to the website, create a team using that promo code SUMMER. That'd be unreal. Haz, mate, you're a one show down as a fantasy bro. How are you feeling so far?
G'day, Deal. G'day, Stu. Feeling a lot more relaxed this time around. I think the first episode nerves definitely started to kick in last episode, but now we're rolling. I'm starting to settle in and really enjoy myself. So awesome. I think we'll just get straight into the Brisbane Heat if we're both keen on doing that.
Let's do it, mate. You did such a good job with the Strikers last episode. Let us know what the squad looks like for the Brisbane Heat.
So Brisbane Heat had a tough run last season. They finished 7th on the ladder with only the 3 wins from the 10 matches. The season fell short of expectations after finishing up as runner-up in the 2023-2024 season. So I think they'll be eager to bounce back this year. Coming into the Heat squad this year is Lachlan Hearn from Sixers, Hugh Wightman from the Thunder, and a promising young talent in Ollie Patterson. They've lost leg spinner Mitch Swepson, who's made the move across to the Stars. And their uncontracted list includes Daniel Drew, Will Prestwidge, Tom Straka, Tom Whitney, and Jack Wood. So as always, just making sure you're not playing any of those players in your teams because they will not be pulling on a Heat jersey this season. While the international signings this season include Pakistan's world-class fast bowler Shaheen Shah Afridi, England's Tom Alsop, who returns for another season until I believe we'll probably hear a little bit more about Shaheen Shah Afridi, but I am certainly excited to see him in the till this season as a Brisbane Heat supporter.
Yeah, mate, absolutely. We always complain about the Brisbane Heat batting stocks, but we just need to look at their likely 11 for round 1 to see just how good their bowling department looks. I don't think we even need to score that many runs this season. Dill, take us through their likely 11 for round 1.
Yeah, look, as you said, that big boy from New Zealand is back, Colin Munro. We've also got McSweeney opening the batting with him. We think that Renshaw is going to slot in at 3. Obviously missed out on test selection, so I think that's a really good option for the Brizzy Heat there. Lockie Hearn in at 4, Maxi Bryant and Tommy Alsop round out the batting lineup. And once we get into the all-rounders and the bowlers, we've got Michael Neeser that's going to have a big role, I think, this season. Jack Wildermuth returning as well. And then our speed demons in Bartlett and Afridi, followed up with our spin king and Kuhnemann. Obviously, Sweppo is that big loss there for the Heat, but Kuhnemann, we know, has done a pretty good job at the back of last season, and hopefully he can do the same again.
And that starting 11 doesn't even feature one Spencer Johnson, who hopefully comes back pretty soon. I think we'll have a bit more info about that at some point, but how good is that bowling lineup going to look like when we've got Spencer Johnson in there as well? All right, now for our must-haves, where Dill, Haz, and I will select one batter, one bowler, and one all-rounder that we think you simply must have in your GDS lineups. Haz, you're first up today, mate. So who have you got for your must-have in the bat position?
I've gone for Nathan McSweeney as my must-have bat for the Brisbane Heat this season. I think with Marnus on national duty, and we look at that young gun Lockie Hearn coming in. I think Nathan McSweeney is going to have a massive role to play this season for the Brisbane Heat. He was one of their more consistent GDS performers last season, averaging just over 42 points per game. He's going to shoulder a lot of the load with the bat this season. He started last season on fire, posting a massive 135 GDS points in that opening game, showcasing that enormous ceiling he holds. But after that, he only managed to pass 40 GDS points on 3 other occasions, which actually probably sums up Brisbane Heat's inconsistent season as a whole. However, on top of that, and I thought this was quite interesting, we did see him roll the arm over a few times last year and even pick up a wicket. Now, with Mitch Swepson moving to the Stars and the Heat's tendency to normally prefer to play 2 spinners, there's every chance, even with that bowling lineup, McSweeney could give himself a few overs early on. That dual position makes him an intriguing option if he's trusted with the ball.
Oh, I absolutely love that. And we love playing players out of position where the upside suits them. So with McSweeney, maybe potentially getting some all-rounder points, and you can slot him into your bat position. I think you've nailed that there, Haz. Let's hope he does give himself a few overs and gets a little bit greedy with that captaincy armband on. Dill, I reckon you've got a pretty tough job here, mate. You could probably select one from about 5 different options, but you alluded to the man earlier. Who have you gone for your bowler must-have?
Yeah, I've gone the Pakistani quick and Shaheen Shah Afridi. As you said, we've got Spencer Johnson, Xavier Bartlett. Even I know Michael Neser is an all-rounder, but he's got plenty of pace on him as well. So I've got some pretty good lineup there in our pace department. But I think, look, Afridi's just going to be absolutely unreal for the Heat. He's got in some electric form at the moment coming into the season as well. And the Heat have done really well to secure his service for a full duration of the tournament, which is something we don't often see from international players. He's going to add that just absolute fire of that pace attack. Like I said, includes Xavier Bartlett and Spencer Johnson, who, look, we wrote off Spencer last year and to our detriment, coming back from the toe injury. And I think he took a 4-for in that game coming back from injury. So we don't want to rule him out too early either. But look, Afridi's preseason, we just go back and have a look at the last 7 games in terms of T20 that he's played for Pakistan over the last couple of months. In those 7 games, Afridi's scored 52 runs with the bat, batting between 7 and 9. So he's got some class there with the bat as well. But it's obviously his bowling that we want. And he's bowled 27 overs across those 7 matches. And he's taken 13 wickets. In that, he's had 3 times 3 wicket hauls. And those people that are familiar with GameDay Squad scoring know that you get a bonus for a 3 wicket haul in the match as well. So that's a big plus there for Afridi. He then finished the preseason with an average of 62 GDS points across those 7 games. So, look, if he played last season and he scored anything like that, he would have finished second in the averages for bowlers last season, which is an absolute massive effort. So I think he's going to slot straight into my bowling lineup pretty much every week that the Heat are playing, no matter who they're playing against. So I'm looking forward to seeing that hopefully get us over the line in a few matches as well.
And if there is any issues with the top order in terms of their batting, like you said, he chipped in with some pretty handy runs. So that's always a bonus for your bowlers if they can swing a willow as well and clear the fences. Thanks for coming. Alrighty, the all-rounder. With Big Tall Paul no longer with the Heat, I've gone for Michael Neser. I think he's going to have a lot more responsibility with both bat and ball. He's probably going to come in at either 6 or 7. Which will be absolute gold. For someone who swings the ball so well at the top of the innings and takes plenty of wickets, he can also swing the bat just as well. He averaged 50 points in GDS in 2023, but managed just shy of 40 last season. He only played the 4 matches, so maybe he's on the decline a bit as a 35-year-old, but he's currently in plenty of form in the Shield, taking plenty of wickets and chipping in with some handy runs lower down the order as well. He is that bowling all-rounder, so he will need to take the wicket haul in order to return a decent score. But look, any runs with the bat will also be pretty handy. And we know he's still an absolute gun fielder. He's probably one of the best fielders, not just in the Heat, but in the competition. And he's certainly getting on there in age. So definitely another man that ticks all 3 boxes. And I think he should feature pretty heavily in GameDay Squad teams for most Heat fixtures. But I think we can look to pivot to maybe the wildebeest Jack Wildermuth, if Wildermuth seems to be batting higher or getting a few more overs than Neser. So plenty of options there in the Heat, despite losing Big Tall Paul. Dill, is that something you're disappointed about, losing Big Tall Paul?
Yeah, a little bit. I loved my Paul Walter. It's a bit of a shame. But look, I'm just going to put it out there. The brief was to name one must start, and you've actually named 2. So we won't hold you to it though, mate.
All right, I promise I'll only name. Actually, I might actually break that rule for the young gun section as well. But we'll see how we go. So now we'll move on to the player predictions. We'll cover our young gun prediction. We'll tell you who we're going to fade from the Brizzy Heat lineup, and we'll reveal who our MVP is as well. So I'll kick things off with the young gun. And look, I think the player we could see break out early on in the season is Lachlan Hearn. He's impressed for Queensland in the Shield, batting at number 4, and he hit a century not too long ago against the Redbacks, and even more recently scored a nice 50 against the Blues in that one-day cup. But the Heat young gun that we need to be a little more patient on is bowling sensation Callum Vidler. He starred for Australia in the Under-19 World Cup victory, and he took the most wickets for the Aussies. But unfortunately, he suffered a bit of a stress fracture in his back, meaning he's going to miss the Australian A Tour of India, and he'll also miss the start of the Aus cricket season, unfortunately. So, look, he's no certain to be back to full fitness, and therefore may not have a huge role this season for the Heat. But at just 19, at bowling 140 clicks, I think you should get yourself a Callum Vidler card now before the real breakout happens and the price of his cards go up.
Yeah, in saying that though, if you go and have a look at the marketplace right now, his diamond is $200 on the marketplace. So I think someone has preempted our show and knew that we were going to talk about him. But I think we'll see that come down a bit once you see some more cards on the market. But I definitely agree that he's one to keep an eye on and to hopefully get your hands on a couple of his cards for the future.
Absolutely. So who are we fading, Dill?
Mate, it pains me to say that the Kiwi batsman in Colin Munro is the fate of the season, I think. Look, you just go back to the history of the Heat, and they've really got an affinity to big hitting Kiwis at the top of the order. Obviously, the original Bash Bro and McCullum really set that tone. But unfortunately, we just didn't see that from Colin Munro last year, and that leading from the front just didn't really happen. And in fact, a lot of the Brisbane Heat collapses really started from the top, and Munro just not really firing. He finished with a combined score of 51 GDS points across 6 matches, which is pretty poor to look at considering he's had some decent scores in the past. His top score was 23 runs, and he really had little impact anywhere else across the field. Obviously, you're only banking on his ability to swing that bat, and it didn't really happen. The other thing that concerns me is preseason hasn't looked much better either. He's had 5 games in the CPL leading into Big Bash and not much else. He scored a total of 64 runs. He added 1 catch in the field, but he still only finished with an average of 16 GDS points across those 5 games. So unfortunately, as both a Kiwi and a Heat fan, I'll be the first to admit that I hope I'm wrong, but look, I cannot trust Colin Munro as far as I could hit a cricket ball. And let's be honest, right now, in the shape that I'm in, would not be very far at all. So for me, Colin Munro is the fade, maybe of the season as well.
Hey, I just have to say, Dill, yeah. I did see you hit, it wasn't a cricket ball, but it was a T-ball today at school, and you hit it quite far away. So I wouldn't doubt yourself too much.
Yeah, I just think, Colin Munro is one of those locker room guys, and it'll just help the batsmen around him. All right, Haz, we said he might not feature in the round 1 team, but who have you got for the MVP?
Yeah, so as we mentioned, Spencer Johnson currently with a bit of a niggly injury, just unsure when he's going to return. So as we say, keep an eye out on Discord. We'll obviously update teams lists as we go throughout the preseason and as we get closer to the game starting, but keep an eye on Spencer Johnson's fitness and where he's tracking and see where he's at. But I think when he's fit, and as Dill said, when he came back from injury last year, he had that 4-wicket game on return. I think he's going to shape up as Brisbane Heat's MVP again this season. Last year, he was outstanding. He finished up with the highest average of any bowler in the competition with 68.33 GDS points per game. He's a genuine wicket-taking machine, staring 13 wickets in just 7 games last season, with that 4 wickets on return being the big game that he had. What makes him so valuable, though, is his versatility. He can bowl in all 3 stages of the innings. With the new ball, he's big left-arm quick. He likes to swing it. He's through the middle, and we know that at the death, he loves to bowl those different variations and hit those Yorkers, which makes him obviously that attractive fantasy option that we talk about. That said, as we say, keep an eye on close team lists to make sure that he's going to be in the team come round 1. But I think Spencer Johnson's in for another huge season this season.
And can I get in there early and say, when he does return from injury, don't be hesitant. Just play him into your team because he's likely to take 4 wickets. We saw that happen last year. I think Dylan and I both left him out of our teams, and we were crying all night long. Love that shout.
I think one thing to probably add as well, and we talked about it a little bit with the Brisbane Heat bowling lineup, is we're probably going to see a bit of variancy within the Heat bowling lineup scoring. Like we could have Bartlett have a big spike game, and then Spencer have a big spike game. It's just going to be very unpredictable on who's going to pop off every week. But I think Spencer Johnson's probably going to be a safe play most weeks.
Or just play them both. All right. We might have lost Haz there for a moment.
Safe, but that's all right.
That's all good. Deal. End of the show. It wouldn't be a Fantasy Bros show without a pack opening. So you let our viewers know how that's going to work and how they can win some excellent prizes.
Yeah, mate. While I'm doing that, you can get a 3-player rare pack sorted for our pack opening. It is at my favorite part of the episode. We're going to open a 3-player rare pack, and if any Heat players are pulled, they're going to go straight into the giveaway pool. To enter that giveaway and potentially win some Unreal cards, you just need to subscribe to the Fantasy Bros YouTube channel. You need to like this video and comment who you think the Brisbane Heat Young Gun Fade and MVP are for season 25-26, and you'll be in the running. We will draw that live on our first preview show before the first game, which, if you've been following along already and you've kept up to date with some of the updates, it is a double prize round, that first round of competition for GameDay Squad's an Unreal start to the season. Alrighty, mate, let's get a rare pack happening.
Rightio, can you see my pack on screen?
I sure can.
Rightio, let's open this bad boy.
We're looking for some heat, looking for some fire.
Heat and some Heat players. Right, let's go left to right. Oh, not a logo. It's the strikers. We've got Kelly. We've got Sammy Billings from the Thunder. A double Sam Billings. I'm going to throw that into I reckon any doubles that we get in one pack get thrown into the player pool as well. So there'll be a Sam Billings in there nice and early.
Love it. And he should have a pretty good season for the Thunder. And no doubt when we preview the Thunder, his name will be thrown around a little bit as well. Unreal there. Alrighty. Thank you very much for joining us. As always, remember, we will be coming to you on YouTube, on Spotify, and on Apple Music each and every Friday. We're going to drop 2 episodes a week leading into the season. We're also going to have some other little things happening along the way. So you do not want to miss out. Make sure you are subscribed across all platforms. That is at FantasyBros AU. Don't forget as well, you can sign up now. Use the promo code SUMMER for a free 3-player common pack. Three-player common packs means you get 9 cards to start off your squad, along with all of those bronze packs for free as well. Don't forget as well, we will be dropping the first ever Big Bash textbook, and that will be for free. That is your preseason guide to everything GameDay Squad Aus Cricket. So make sure you keep an eye on our socials for the release date. You do not want to miss that. That will have everything that you need to know going into this season. It should be an absolute cracker. Once again, thanks, Stu. Thanks to Haz. Unfortunately, it looks like his internet may have died, but no doubt we'll get him back for the next preview. Have a good one, mate.
See you, Del.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode by the Fantasy Bros. If you want to show your support, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this show on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcast. Also, make sure you check us out on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Just search at FantasyBros AU.